Well, guys, this is the Noodle coming right at you. It's been a little bit. I thought I'd poke my head up in the BOYT and let you know I'm still around. Been a little busy, but as usual, I'm always scanning the BOYT, lurking everywhere, lurking on every channel. But I noticed that a couple of big-time BOYT players, they may be on the injured reserves. And of course, one of them is Mr. G Mangoes. And I've been watching his stream for quite a while, and there's something we need to address that Savage Live addresses all the time. And that's the toe. I mean, what the hell is wrong with his toe? So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to do my favorite thing. I'm going to use Google, my best friend, and look up what could be wrong with little Mr. G Mango's toe. So the first thing that came up was the bunion. And I'm going to read what it says. The bunion, medically referred to as hallux valgus, if you can say that. It's a toe deformity that occurs when the big toe joint angles in towards the second toe. Makes a little knobby, bony bump. It develops on the side of your foot below your toe joint because of misalignment. So I think what could be happening is G's got the big toe, which is the king. Then he's got the second in command, which is the prince, and the prince wants to take over the kingdom. So they're sort of butting heads. They're sort of, getting in each other's way. So he may have a bunion, and you know what they say about bunions? They look like a little piece of corn. Someone may have to go in and take that piece of corn out. Then the next thing it listed was an ingrown toenail. Boy, I hate those. I had one of those. Those are the worst. Okay? Most of the time it's on your big toe, right at the edge or the corner of your toenail. Grows right into the skin, right? Causes pain and swelling, tenderness. And you can't stand on an ingrown toenail because it's not right. And then when you have surgery, you're hobbling around like you can't move. Your toe's as big as an orange. It's not good. Then the next thing, some turf toe. Maybe he was out, running laps with the kids between dabs. And he sprained his toe. And the big joint, the big toe joint, that's what hurts, man. You get that joint slammed on the turf or, you run into something, and it is a sharp pain. It's brutal. It's not right. Let me tell you what happened to the Noodle once. I'm in my house. I'm in the front room. I'm playing a little Halo with my kids, of course. My son comes in. He stomps the fucking shit out of me on that video game. I got so goddamn mad. I threw the control at the TV. I stood up and started running down my hall because I was pissed as hell. And I ran my little pinky toe into the side of the railing that goes downstairs at full fucking throttle. So I went down. I did. I'll admit it. I was laying in the hall, grabbing my toe. It's fucking looking left when it should be looking forward. It was not good. I reached down. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen this before. I thought, fuck it. I'll be a man, supposedly. I yanked the fucker out and put it back in place. I was hobbling for about a month. It was not right. And my toe to this day is a little fucked up. And I feel bad about it, but it is. Then maybe the next thing with G's toe, he's getting up there in years. Maybe he has a little arthritis. He's a little older. He's a little degeneration of the cartilage and the cushion on his bones and joints. He's getting to be an old man. It's painful and it swells a lot and it's a little stiff. And when he walks around, he's sort of gimping around. But he may have gout. Whew. Gout. That's a metabolic condition. Okay? It affects the big toe joint. It's not good. What happens? It's a buildup of uric acid in the bloodstream, and it crystallizes and builds up in his toe joint. Oh, baby. I know a friend of mine who had gout. It was ugly. The dude couldn't move. Or maybe it was just a sprained or a broken toe. We don't know. We have no idea. I mean, if I was going to guess, I'd say that G was probably riding his little scooter down the road, and he was in his little sandals doing about 45 miles an hour, hit a pothole, and he drug his toe for about 15 fucking yards, took the toenail off, so he's just gimping around now, trying to blame it on a medical condition because he doesn't know how to ride his fucking scooter. But that's just my guess, okay? So let's get to what is at hand. Let's talk about G falling in the shower. So, he says he's 6'4", 215 pounds. He's Greek. He's this, he's that. That's a tall fucking piece of timber going down. You have to know his wife shit her pants. I mean, what the fuck? His kids are crying. There's like a fucking Richter scale notice at the local college. I mean, my son had a seizure one time, 3 o'clock in the morning, fell down while he was trying to go to the bathroom. I shit my pants. The house was shaking. It was brutal. But then G got on and he started to do a little whining. He's hurt. His back hurts. His knee hurts. His big toe hurts. He's got a little headache. And so the big mastermind G is now in a little bit of pain. And he was telling us how he's hurt. Needs a little ibuprofen. Needs a few extra dabs. So he may be benched for a while. But, he may be able to get on YouTube. I think he was on last night. But he was whining a little bit. So, he may not be the lion of YouTube much longer. And then, of course, the other big dog is the Bergs. Mr. Bergs. Mr. Bergs gets online. And he's in the parking lot with his camera sticking out the fucking door in front of the clinic, the hospital, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think he was in his mom's driveway, but I could be wrong, talking about how bad his shoulder hurt. And he said that he slipped in the kitchen and fell into the stove. I'm like, well, you probably didn't slip into the kitchen, dude. You probably had so many fucking beers. You were on the phone with Jill. She was screaming so loud you had a fucking goddamn seizure. You had some type of freak out high blood pressure stroke. Or you're just plain drunk and fell into the fucking stove. Or what may have happened is you had the after beer munchies. So you rolled your dumb fat ass over to the fridge. You were drunk as shit on Colt 45 beer. You're looking in the fridge. There's lettuce. There's vegetables. There's meat. There's a protein shake. You're like, what the fuck is this? I don't want real food. And you looked at the bottom. And there in the vegetable hamper, there in the vegetable hamper, you saw a Capri Sun that's probably been there since you were in elementary school. And you thought, what the fuck? And you bent over to grab it. You were too goddamn drunk and you fell into the fridge. Needless to say, you didn't get to poke the straw into the Capri Sun and drink. You were laying there, half dead, in the fridge. I'm assuming your mom and dad walked out because they heard the noise. And they're like, oh, Jesus, this is just par for the course. And they went back to bed. You rolled around for a while, rolled onto your good knee, and then stood up. But what you said was that your mom came and helped you up. Look, motherfucker, I'm fucking 200 pounds flat out. There's no way I'm helping your fat ass up. I couldn't do it, dude. You're too big. So we got two big boys whining on YouTube. When they both turn around and tell people to shut the fuck up. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the Noodle. You guys don't know me very well, but I'm going to give you a little insight in my life. I'm a hockey fucking nut, okay? I love ice hockey with more than any fucking thing in the world. I love ice hockey. Started playing when I was 4, played and coached my whole life, USA Hockey certified, the whole fucking thing. I watch every game on every channel. That's all I want to do. I play hockey on Thursdays and Sunday nights with my son still. And when I wake up the next fucking day, dude, I don't feel like I can walk. I get my ass kicked twice a week. Not just once because I fell in the shower, not because I fell in the fridge looking for a fucking Sundrop tea or whatever the fuck I said. I'm taking shots to the groin. I'm taking hip checks. I'm getting slashed in the wrists. I'm getting tripped. I'm having to drop the mitts because some guy fucking rear ends my son. I have to throw the mitts down and beat the shit out of him. He's kicking my ass. I'm kicking his ass. I'm swinging going, what the fuck am I doing? And this is every goddamn week. There's a yard sale in the rec league. You guys know how that is. You play in the rec soccer league or the basketball league or softball. Everyone thinks they're in the NHL. But you know what, fellas? I still move forward every day without bitching. Okay? But I'll tell you something. I got kicked out of the rec league last year, and I could tell you that I got kicked out of the rec league for fighting, that I was beating someone up or something like that. That's all fucking bullshit. I got kicked out of the league for cheating, flat out. We were losing some games. It was pissing me off. We were heading to the playoffs, so I recruited some ringers. I went to the Tier 3 Junior League, which I've coached in, and brought a couple of the fellas over. These guys are, right next to the semi-pro or pro level. So I bring these fellas in. We win 13-0. Next game, we won 9-0. And then the playoffs came around. I got a phone call from the league that said, our team has been disqualified and you can never play in the league again. Okay, that's the truth. I cheated. Thank God where I live, there's 50 million hockey leagues. I mean, it's nice and cold. We're good to go. Another story you'll love. I got a couple of them. What the hell? I'm noodling around tonight. Fuck it. So I'm playing in a hockey tournament, and this tournament is for players who are pretty good. I'm a pretty good player. Been playing my whole life. And you pay about $5,000 as a team, and you get all these other teams, and you go to Las Vegas and you play. Or maybe you go to Minnesota and you play. Or maybe you go to New York and you get your own way there. You got your team, $5,000, you're in for the weekend. You start playing Friday afternoon, you end Sunday, depending on how far you go. So you may play 4 or 5 or 6 games in 2 days. That's going to fucking kill you right there, but I'm still on the planet. The unique thing is there are no fucking rules for time off the ice. You can smoke, you can drink, you can do crack, you can do anything you fucking want. So we show up on Sunday morning, one of our last games, because we were getting our ass throttled by a team from Minnesota. My big buddy Drew is playing defense with me. We're halfway through the game. Drew drank like 15 beers the night before. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I know you think that's fucking a nerd. I just don't do that. No other reason. I just don't. I look over at Drew. He's got a cage on, hockey players will wear a cage. I don't wear anything because you can't damage my face anymore. If you saw my face, you'd like, God damn, dude, what's wrong with you? So Drew has lit a smoke and he stuck it through the wire of his helmet, his cage, and he's smoking during the game. So his partner comes rolling on the ice screaming, D. Drew looks at me. I scream, go. He has his gloves on. The dude's already over. It's a 4-on-5. Drew jumps the fucking boards. He's smoking while he's skating. He's skating up the ice. He can't spit the cigarette out because it's going to fall into his fucking cage and burn his chin. So he takes about 10, 15 strides, turns the fuck around. It looks like his helmet's on fire. He comes to the bench and screams at me. I jump over. So that's not a good thing. Okay? Great senior league moment there when Drew was smoking a Marlboro Red. And the last story I'll tell you, then we'll end this video, is I'm coaching a high school team here a while back, took a state championship, kicked out into the national championships. So we're playing a team from Idaho, fucking hillbillies. So my team, we're sort of a hard-hitting team, I like to cheat a little bit, not afraid to put more players out, not afraid to bend the rules. So we're playing, we throttled the fuck out of this team. Idaho's best team, we fucked them up. Well, in this particular rink, there was only one door to leave the ice. So the refs help Idaho off. Our team starts going towards the door. There's 5,000 fucking hillbillies standing right there. I thought, oh God, we're in trouble. So we go walking out. These people are saying the most wild fucking things in my ear. I'm a piece of shit. I'm this, I'm that. This guy is yelling in my ear, man. I'm like, look, you fucking goat roping hillbilly, shut the fuck up. And they're screaming. Both the teams come out of the locker room. Kids are fighting. Parents are fighting. I'm running because I don't want to get the shit beat out of me. Cops show up. It was ugly. So my sport is the best sport. So now you know a little bit more about the noodle and what I like to do on my off time. So you know what, G-Mangoes and Bergs? You need to bucket the fuck up and quit being such bitches. I don't feel well every day. I get up, I get in the shower, I look in the mirror, I get dressed, I laugh, I cry, I wander to Walmart. I mean, who the fuck knows? But I think the old guys of the BOYT, you're falling apart. I mean, life's catching up with you, you know? And one last thing. Savage Live, quit sending G gross fucking pictures. You're giving him a mental disorder, man. Once he sees things, he can't unsee them from his mind. His random access memory drops them into his memory warehouse. Then they're indexed and placed into the cylinders of his hard drive of his brain. And once in a while, he suffers the blue screen meltdown on his mental computer, and it spits out these savage pics. He has to do a complete system reboot. His blood pressure goes up, and it hurts his toe. You're hurting his toe, Savage. Come on, you just got to stop. My man can only take so much before he needs to, take a few more dabs. He's already doing 45 a day. Jesus. Do you want him permanently hunched over in pain on the front of the porch? Like a 90-year-old mafia member? The guys that you see in their little fucking sandwich shack one day, then they go into court the next. They're in wheelchairs. They got IVs. Their arms are taped to them. Their face looked like they got shot. That's poor G in a week, sitting on his porch. If you don't quit sending him pics. Please stop. As he says, you got to go to church. I might have to email Joe. Okay? And Savage, one last thing. I haven't forgotten about you. I promised you a video, and it's coming. And just so you guys know out there, I got a video with Savage, Elvis, and myself going on a road trip. So we'll see if Savage can take old Elvis. And I may add Mitch Life's brother, the North Carolina bed slug, just for shits and giggles. So it sounds like to me today, the boy needs a little help. You need a little help. We need to get things right back on track. So I was thinking maybe we can help each other. So just remember to take care of yourself, because the noodle is always right. And I will talk to you soon.